Hello, I'm Ken Houston, the Water Resources Administrator with the City of Longmont's Public Works and Natural Resources Department. And tonight we'd like to present to you the 2013-14 Water Supply and Drought Management Plan. There are three objectives we would like to cover at this time. Of those objectives, two of those we are requesting City Council action on at the meeting. The first objective we would like to do is update both City Council and the community on the city's water supply. And the other two action items we would like are review and, if acceptable, approval of the 2013-14 Water Supply and Drought Management Plan, as well as determining the city's drought level at this time. For a short update on the water supply, the good news is that the city continues to have adequate water supplies both for 2013 and 2014. We do plan out 2 years on our water supply. The best news is that the great April moisture, numerous storms, one big one, but a number of smaller ones, and each one of those storms helped increase the snowpack, helped bring up the soil moisture. And so currently, when we last updated the community and council, we were at 136% of supply to demand, and currently we are at 141% of supply to demand, so we've gone up about 5%, which is very good. Because of the April moisture, our snowpack, when we were coming in March, we were between 65 and 75, depending on the snow course, and at the end of April, we actually peaked on both the South Platte and the Colorado River basins at 95% of the historic peak, which has been very helpful. Currently, the May 1st manual snow course readings, which are slightly more accurate than the snow pillows, but they came in at 80% this past week for the upper South Platte, and 78% specifically on the St. Vrain in the North St. Vrain Basin. The last snow course that we really look at is the upper Fraser River. That is the snow course which provides supplies to our Windy Gap water supplies, and the upper Fraser is also near normal on snowpack, so that's really helping. The good news is because of the better snowpack now on the Fraser River has been starting to melt out and run, and we've actually been able to turn on the Windy Gap pumping. That will give us additional water supplies for 2013, and if we are able to carry any of that over, we will have additional water supplies into 2014 from that pumping. That was not projected to come in this year because of the lower snowpack earlier in the year, so that's an additional plus for our supplies. Really, to summarize where we were in our last update, while we had adequate supplies in March, we were projecting Button Rock to fill, but we were not projecting much fill in either Union Reservoir or McIntosh, and so our lower end of our system was starting to be depleted, and that's really our storage supplies that we need for future as well. Currently, though, with the better April moisture, and now as we're starting into May, we're also getting some moisture. It does two things. It builds our snowpack a little bit, which will help on the runoff and the supply of water, but it also replenishes the soil moisture so the direct flows don't come on as hard, allowing a little bit more water to go into storage this time of year, and that's very helpful. So currently, we're continuing to project adequate supplies for our treated water. We're still projecting Button Rock will fill. The big change is that Union Reservoir, which had not been projected to fill very much in March, we're now projecting it to fill up to as much as 10,000 acre feet of its 13,000 acre feet capacity. That will really help with some of the recreational programs and other future water storage at Union Reservoir. We're still not projecting much into McIntosh, since it has a storage priority just junior to Union, and Union would have to fill before McIntosh. But because of capacity restrictions on the filler ditch for Union, it is possible that McIntosh would get some amount of water, depending on how fast the runoff comes. A really high, long, warm period later in May would bring the snow out a little quicker and maybe allow for a little storage in McIntosh. The good point is we are actually now are going to be able to get a little more storage than we had originally projected. In your council packet, we have the draft 2013-14 drought plan. This drought plan continues the triggers that we have had in the past for going from one drought level to the next. 135% and larger supply to demand is a sustainable water supply level. 120 to 135% is a level 1. 105 to 120% is a level 2. And then anything less than 105% of supply to demand would be a level 3. We currently are in a sustainable water level that was set last May with City Council action, and our supply has remained above 135 since that time, so we are able to continue at that level at this time. In the drought plan, the one major item that we've changed from prior drought plans is we've added a summary table, which is attached as Appendix A in that drought plan, where hopefully that summary plan will allow people to more quickly and easily pull out the triggers and the different action items in that plan without having to go through the entire plan. Water Board reviewed this plan at their April Water Board meeting and recommended approval of that plan, and staff concurs with that recommendation. The second action we'd like tonight is to determine the drought level based upon the 135% trigger point and the fact that we are currently at 141% and will most likely increase slightly even from there as windy gap pumps and or the possibility of additional CBT supplies and also more storage, and most importantly from the native basin supplies. It appears that we're well within the sustainable, and staff would recommend continuing at that sustainable conservation level at this time. Finally, we'd like to highlight, we've had some discussions in the past about the impact of the recent drought on the recreational programs, and we believe it's just a little bit too early to make many projections on how the water levels and will impact recreational programs. Part of that depends on the temperatures and the precipitation in May, so we've got about another month to determine how those will impact recreational programs. Staff is preparing to bring back later in May an update on the recreational aspects of our storage reservoirs and seek council input at that time for those plans. Staff will be available at the council meeting for questions and any last minute updates as we continue to track our water supply. Thank you very much.